Hello everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Zewei. So this is my critical review video on my paper number 1 for APS1012. First, I'm quickly going through my paper structure with you guys, and then I'm going through the rubric after to show what are the recommendations and improvements I could be possibly making for the future. So the topic I chose is digitalization and transformational change in oil and gas industry. The reason I'm choosing this topic is because my previous degree, my undergrad degree, was chemical engineering in oil and gas sector. So I did a lot of research and I have my personal work experience from my internship working for ATCO Gas, which is a natural gas distribution company. So I had an introduction first, kind of explaining what are the current issues within the industries, including some of very obvious issues that the data collections and data preparations for these companies are very old school. For example, the engineering designs are still kept in the physical paper copy forms in the archive rooms instead of using cloud technologies and store everything online. So during my internship, there was a digitalization transformational change in my company, which had a huge impact on me. So I used that as a case study in this paper as well. So I kind of did an analysis breakdown into several parts. I talked about innovation dimension diffusion, which is related to our course topic. And then I talked about the building a link structure from digitalization. I used the case study from my internship experience with ATCO. I kind of explained how this innovation applies to the industry and how did my company start to accept that innovation. And there are a lot of changes to the company itself, obviously. And I also talked about the steering committee existed during this transformational change within the company and how did the company react to different kind of responses from the employees. And finally, I provided future directions and the recommendations for the companies to proceed and better perform this transformation in the near future. And a lot of this information are actually collected from online and from my previous colleagues who provided great insight to me on this paper. And there's a conclusion at the end as well. So let's go to the rubric. So there are 4 levels of this review rubric. For myself, the identifications, I believe that I clearly explained the topics of my paper and also the issues that currently exist in the oil and gas sectors. I deliver all the relevant information as needed, and I clearly explain all the assumptions I did within the paper as well. If it's my personal perspective, personal opinions, I stated that in the paper. If it's information from online or from a book somewhere, I also definitely reference that as well. So I give a level 4 for my identification and assumptions. For the methods, I believe I choose and use a very properly methods to analyze this paper. For alternative points of view, I'm giving a level 3 for myself. The reason because a lot of statements are from my own perspectives. I try to collect other people's perspective as well on this paper, including some of the online resources I was looking for, some of the statements and information from our VP transformation, and some of the points of views from my previous colleagues. The issue for that is that the online information is very limited. You can only see very limited information that's sharing to the public. ATCO Gas is a very private company, and they don't usually share the company strategy with everyone else in the public, and that kind of restricts my accessibilities to the data and information that I need for this paper. Another thing is my colleagues also couldn't share a lot of private information regarding the future transformation strategy within the company to me, because that's private to the company itself and couldn't be shared to the other parties. So I think that's another direction that I should make more improvement, is to collect more perspectives from different point of views from different people within the companies or online. For the resource and source materials, I believe the information is taken from different resources, and they're all being collected and discussed well in this paper. I developed a very comprehensive analysis and kind of explained my view within this paper. So I'm giving a level 4 for that. I also try to integrate all my ideas together and try to give a final solutions and arguments in this paper. So that's why I'm giving a level 4 for my integration and conclusions. In my conclusions, I kind of reflect the entire paper together and collect all the ideas into a final sentence. I also give kind of my personal understanding, the personal ideas on how the company was pursuing this transformational change and how it should proceed with other areas of improvements and other directions that they should be considering in the recommendation section in the paper. So that's why I give also a level 4 for my creativities, because I did provide some fresh ideas and some great recommendations to the companies itself. I'm giving you a level 3 for risk taking because I didn't do a lot of risk analysis on the future recommendations on this digitalization because I didn't really focus on that part. And that's an area that I need to do more improvements on as well. So that's why I'm giving you a level 3. But I did provide new directions and new approaches. I believe that there are more risk analysis should be combined with these approaches, so it's more persuasive for companies to choose one or the other of the plan. So that's something I need to do more in the, for the next paper. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying and hope we can see each other soon after this pandemic.